We are here for two purposes. One purpose is to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for putting in maximum effort in the last 2 hours and getting our food allowance approved, which was pending for the last 2.5 months. We were actually disappointed that it was not coming all these days, but somehow the Honorable Chief Minister has given us a good gift or a good token of appreciation for our services by assuring through the finance and through the women and child department that our difference of food allowance will be cleared within the next week. Today is also 10 years of Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, and we appreciate the women and child department headed by Manial Barreto, Secretary Arun Mishra ji, and Honorable Minister Vishwajit Rane for putting in maximum effort to the extent that this paperwork and this issue which we had, which was piling up for the last 3 months, has been put to rest, and we can celebrate International Women's Day tomorrow in all our homes. The second point is, the second issue which we are going to raise is that it has been brought to our notice that for the coming budget of 25-26, there is absolutely no provision shown as of just now for homeless people either on the streets or people with disability who are in our homes. And that makes me speak my mind out now that next week we will be here at Azad Maidan with all our residents, and then we will take a stand whether what we are going to do. The budget, our assembly budget, is on 26th of March. Today is 7th of March. We have confirmed sources from the finance department that not a single proposal either from women and child, social welfare or persons with disability department is put in the budget for 25-26. So that leaves us with very less options, and I am telling the options now only. We will be left with no choice but to visit the assembly with all our 150 residents 26th of March, the day of the assembly. If by next week we do not come to know, or we are not told what is the budget for budget allocation from these three departments, again I am repeating, women and child for homeless ladies, person with disability for persons with disabilities and social welfare department for senior citizens. We will be back next week with all our 150 residents, and we might or we will have to take a delegation to Honorable CM's residence to impress about him that before the assembly session, budget session, our requirement or our need of the hour, that is budget allocation for our 150 to 180 residents which we have. I'll hand over the mic to Sir Bosco George, our volunteer.
See, the point is, it's really not nice to bring all these people on the streets. But then afterwards, once it is cleared by the Honorable Chief Minister, the thing should go into auto mode. Why do they want us to keep coming every time to the Secretariat, meet the officers, when they know that this is an existing problem? If you have allotted this year, it is but natural that you have to allot it in the next budget. Suddenly you don't make any provision. I don't think this is ignorance or it is a deliberate act, but it is a requirement that you need to come. These are 160 people that Street Providence is looking after. And yes, when we met the chief, he is concerned. He has shown his apprehension that he wants to do something, but I think there is something missing between the cup and the lips. So we want that it should go into auto mode. It's not a threat. It is really pleading on behalf of these people that they live a sort of at least a decent living, rather than every time coming on the street. It gives no pleasure. And Goa is such a progressive state. We have been doing so much for our other things. I think this needs to go into auto mode, and we are hopeful that the concerned authorities will ensure or make provisions in the next budget for people with disabilities, and especially the shelter home. That's all I would say.
हांव म्हणूंक सोदता आमचे कडेन आतां जे 150 180 जे रेजिडंट्स आहा तांकां पळोवपाक आतां जर सरकारान सपोज सीएमान आमकां सायन मारल्या सगळें रेडी करून दिल्या तर फुडें तें काम जायना आनी कितें दिवंक जाय तें दिवंक जायना जाल्यार तें मागीर डिसअपॉयंटींग जातात सगळ्यांक. सो आमकां हांगासर हांकां एवरी टायम हे लेडिजांक घेवन हांगा यो तांकां घेवन वच हें करपाक आमकांय बरें दिसना. सो आतां जे कितें आमकां न्यूज मेवल्या भितून तेंच्यांनी सांगलां की ह्या विका भितून आमचें कितें आहा तें ड्यूज दितले फूड एलावन्साचें कितें आहा तें. पूण जर फुडल्या बजेटीक आमकां जर आजून तें कांय सांगूंक ना आमकां कितें घालपाचें आहा ह्या होमलसांक, जाल्यार मागीर फुडें दोनान जशें सांगलां तशें आमकां फुडें स्टेप घेवचें पडटलें. कित्याक आमकांय फुडें हे इतके लोकांक पळोवंक जाय. आमकां तांकां हॉस्पिटलांत व्हरपाचें आसता, तांकां जेवणाचें तेंचें पळोवपाचें आसता, तेंचें जावं क्लोदींग कितें आहा हें सगळें आमकां कन्सिडर करचें पडटा भितून. आनी तांकां आमकां परत हांगा हाडून हे प्रेस घेवन हे एकदां सांगलें काय सपोज म्हाका दिसता जर कळोंक जाय. आतां लास्ट ऑलमोस्ट आमी एक वरसभर दिसता हांगा भायर येवंक ना आनी आतां हय कितें न्यूज येयली म्हणून आमकां येवचें पडलें. सो हे त्रास जाता कित्याक तांकां भायर घेवन येवपाक गाडयो अरेंज करूंक जाय, तांकां हाडूंक जाय हांगा बसोवपाक. आतां सद्या गरमी जाल्या सुरू आनी आमी टायम फ्रेम पळोवन आतां ह्या टायमार सांजच्या टायमार तांकां घेवन येयल्या. मात हेजे फुडें आमकां चिंतचें पडटलें कशें कितें करूंक जाय तें. आनी जर तर आमचें कितें मागणी आहा आमकां कितें दिवंक जाय तें कशें एलोकेट जायना जाल्यार आमकां मागीर फुडें स्टेप्स घेवचे पडटले अशें म्हाका हांव सांगूंक सोदतां.
Okay, Donald has already said that I am a volunteer and I have been very closely associated with Street Providence for the last 2 years. म्हाका खबर आसा कशे भाशेन डॉनल्ड त्रास काडटा फंड्स रेज करपाक. कित्याक एक उणेपण कशें जाता, खूब फंड्स आमकां उणे जाता आनी दी ओनली प्लेस दॅट वी कॅन क्राय आउट इज आझाद मैदान एंड दी ओनली प्लेस दॅट वी कॅन क्राय आउट is with the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, for release of funds. And I remember last about 2.5 or 3 months ago, we had gone to the Secretariat and we were assured that that the funds would be released. But 2.5 months passed and nothing has happened. So आता अशें कशें दिसता की गव्हर्मेंटाक हे प्रॉब्लम्स जायना. कित्याक तांचे कडेन जे पळय पॅलेटिव्ह केअर होम्स आसा, जे पळय मिडवे होम्स आसूंक जाय आसले ते ना. आनी ताका लागून तांकां ना म्हणून तांकां अशें दूख दिसना. पूण आमकां दूख दिसता न्हू. कित्याक जितले पळय लोक पेशंट्स पळय आहा रस्त्यार आसा ते सगळे कचरो खाता आनी कितें आहा तें आमचे कडेन पळोवंक जायना. जितले लोक पळय आतां स्पेशली आतां ड्युरींग आफ्टर कोवीड खूब जाणांचे जॉब्स गेलेले आसा. मेनी पीपल हू आर देर इन द कन्स्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री, लेबर्स, हे सगळे आतां थोडे जाण कितें आहा तांकां दे हॅव प्रॉबेबली आउट ऑफ फ्रस्ट्रेशन बिकॉज दे हॅव बीन इटींग, दे हॅव बीन टेकिंग ड्रग्स, सम ऑफ देम हॅव बीन टेकिंग तंबाखू, so they finally after getting completely distressed they come onto the streets. And government does not have any care homes, any shelter homes that they are promoting. So the burden therefore comes on to Street Providence. कॉलां येता सकाळची कॉलां येता रातची कॉलां येता हो अमको थिंगा पडला तो अमको थिंगा पडला आनी पुलीस हाडूंक वचोना आनी कोण वचोंक सो दिस इज बिकमींग रियली अ बीग हेडेक एज अ वॉलंटियर आय एम ऑल्सो वेरी मच डिस्टर्ब्ड बिकॉज अशें म्हाका दिसता की if we don't come out with a solution, a completely a foolproof solution and a systematic solution, a systemic solution, it has to go on to the system that this is the government's prerogative and they have to look after the welfare of its citizens. So if this does not go into the system and it does not reflect in their budgetary allocation, I think as a volunteer I will be forced to file a PIL in the Honorable High Court because there is no other way. I mean परत अशे ह्या आमचे पेशंट्साक रस्त्यार हाडून परत डॉनल्ड वचून तांचे दारार मारूंक म्हाकाय बरें दिसना. So there has to be something that goes into the system and runs as a systemic program, and this is just as indication about what is going on in our minds. So very soon I might be forced to file public interest litigation in the Honorable High Court and take relief from the court and ask the concerned authorities to either calm down or get into the system as soon as possible.